Beloved friends, there are simple things in this world that carry deep meaning. A mountain is made of stones, the ocean is made of drops, and peace often comes through the smallest actions. Among these simple gifts of the earth is salt. It rests quietly in our homes, yet for centuries people have seen it as a symbol of purity, protection, and renewal. Look around your living space. Sometimes a room feels heavy even when nothing is wrong. The mind becomes restless, the heart grows tired, and a strange burden seems to settle in the air. Often, this heaviness is also within us. We carry worries from yesterday, fears of tomorrow, and disappointments that cling to our spirit like dust on a window. The power of cleansing begins with awareness. Take a small bowl of salt and place it in a quiet corner of your home. As you do, pause for a moment and let your breathing become slow and gentle. Imagine that every anxious thought is leaving you, just as clouds drift across the sky. The salt becomes a reminder to release what no longer serves your peace. Another simple practice is to place a little salt in warm water and wash your hands slowly. Feel the water on your skin and remember that every day offers a new beginning. The burdens of anger, resentment, and regret do not need to follow you forever. Like footprints in sand, they can be washed away. You may also open your windows and sprinkle a small amount of salt near the entrance of your home. As fresh air enters, invite calmness and gratitude into your heart. A clean space often encourages a clear mind, and a clear mind allows wisdom to grow. But remember, the greatest cleansing does not happen in the bowl of salt or in the water. It happens within. No ritual can bring peace to a heart that refuses to let go of bitterness. No object can remove darkness if we continue to feed it with fear and anger. True purification comes when we practice kindness. Speak gently, forgive freely, and sit quietly with our thoughts. Salt is only a teacher. It reminds us that purity is possible. It teaches that even ordinary things can guide us toward peace. Every grain whispers a simple truth. Release what is heavy, cherish what is good, and make room for light. Tonight, before you rest, take a moment of silence. Place a small bowl of salt nearby. Breathe deeply, and let your worries settle. Then say to yourself, "May my home be peaceful, may my mind be clear, and may my heart be free." When the spirit is calm and the mind is uncluttered, every place becomes a sanctuary, and every day becomes an opportunity to begin again. The hidden symbolism of salt represents purity, protection, and renewal, reminding us that simple things can carry deep spiritual meaning. There is great wisdom hidden in ordinary things. A grain of salt seems small and insignificant, yet for generations it has been seen as a symbol of purity and protection. It comes from the earth and the sea, carrying the memory of nature's patience and balance. When we hold a little salt in our hands, we are reminded that simplicity often contains deep truth. People spend much of their lives searching for powerful answers in distant places, but peace is frequently found in simple practices and humble objects. Salt teaches us that cleansing is not always about removing dirt from our surroundings. It is also about clearing the burdens that gather within the heart. Just as salt preserves and purifies, we too can preserve what is good and release what no longer brings peace. Its true power lies in what it represents. Every grain can become a gentle reminder to let go of anger, fear, and restless thought. It invites us to return to a state of inner clarity and gratitude. By appreciating such simple symbols, we begin to understand that wisdom does not always arrive in grand moments. Sometimes it rests quietly in the smallest things, waiting for us to notice and learn from them. Releasing negative energy from your space, placing a bowl of salt in your home can serve as a mindful ritual to let go of stress, worry, and emotional heaviness. Many times, a room can feel heavy even though nothing appears to be wrong. We enter a space and sense tiredness, restlessness, or a lack of peace. This feeling often comes from the worries and emotions we carry with us each day. Stress, disappointment, and endless concerns can settle in our surroundings just as dust settles on furniture. To cleanse a space, we must first become aware of this invisible weight. A simple bowl of salt placed in a quiet corner can become a meaningful reminder to release these burdens. As you set it down, pause and breathe slowly. Imagine every anxious thought, every fear, and every painful memory leaving your mind. Allow yourself to feel lighter with each breath. The act itself is simple, yet it encourages mindfulness and creates a moment of inner stillness. Open a window and let fresh air move through the room. As the air flows, imagine it carrying away the heaviness and inviting peace to enter. The purpose of such a ritual is not in the salt alone, but in the intention behind it. When we consciously choose to let go of negativity, our homes begin to feel brighter and our hearts become more peaceful and open. Cleansing the spirit through simple rituals, washing your hands with salt water and practicing slow breathing symbolize releasing anger, regret, and inner burdens. The spirit also becomes tired from carrying too many burdens. Anger from old wounds, regret over past mistakes, and worry about the future can slowly weigh down the heart. Many people try to escape these feelings by staying busy, yet the heaviness remains. True cleansing begins when we pause and give ourselves a moment of quiet attention. Simple rituals can help us remember this truth. Take a small amount of salt and mix it into warm water. Slowly wash your hands while breathing deeply and calmly. Feel the warmth of the water and imagine that every fear, every disappointment, and every negative thought is being released. This simple act becomes a symbol of renewal. It reminds us that each day offers another opportunity to begin again. As the water flows over your hands, allow yourself to forgive what cannot be changed and accept the present moment. The ritual is not about magic. It is about intention and awareness. When the mind becomes still, the spirit begins to feel lighter. By creating small moments of mindfulness, we give ourselves permission to let go of emotional burdens and return to a place of inner peace, gratitude, and gentle clarity. Creating a peaceful and positive environment, opening windows, inviting fresh air, and using salt near entrances encourage a sense of calm, gratitude, and mental clarity. The places where we live have a quiet influence on our thoughts and emotions. A cluttered and stagnant environment can make the mind feel restless, while a peaceful and clean space often brings a sense of calm. Creating a positive atmosphere does not always require great effort. Sometimes the smallest actions can transform the energy of a room and help us reconnect with ourselves. Open the windows of your home and allow fresh air to enter. Let the sunlight touch the corners that have remained in shadow. Place a little salt near the entrance or in a small bowl in a peaceful corner of the room. As you do this, pause for a moment and fill your heart with gratitude. Imagine that every breath brings peace into your home and that every exhale releases tension and worry. A peaceful environment encourages a peaceful mind. When our surroundings feel calm, we become more patient, more mindful, and more aware of the beauty that already exists in our lives. The purpose of these simple practices is to remind us to create space for stillness and kindness. By caring for the atmosphere around us, we also care for the spirit within, allowing harmony and inner balance to gently grow each day. True purification begins within. The greatest cleansing comes from inner transformation through kindness, forgiveness, mindfulness, and letting go of fear and bitterness. The greatest cleansing does not come from any object or ritual. It begins within the heart and mind. A person may place salt in every corner of a home and perform many sacred practices, yet still feel restless and burdened. This happens because true peace cannot be found outside when there is conflict within. The real work is learning to release anger, fear, and bitterness that quietly grow inside us. Every day we carry memories, disappointments, and worries that shape our thoughts. If we hold on to these burdens, they become like heavy stones in the heart. Inner purification begins when we become aware of these feelings and choose not to let them control us. Forgiveness softens the mind, kindness opens the heart, and gratitude brings light into places that once felt dark. When we sit quietly and observe our thoughts without judgment, we begin to understand ourselves more deeply. We realize that peace is not something to chase, but something to uncover beneath the noise of fear and desire. Salt can remind us of purity, but only our actions can create it. By practicing compassion, speaking gently, and letting go of resentment, we cleanse the spirit and discover a calm that no outside circumstance can take away.